That night, the disciples were alone on the Sea of Galilee. The wind began to grow stronger. The waves rose higher, and the boat was being tossed from side to side in the middle of the darkness. They had followed Jesus. They had seen miracles. They had heard his words. But now, in the middle of the sea, surrounded by wind, rain, and fear, their hearts began to tremble. The storm was stronger than they expected. The night felt endless. Every wave looked like it could be the last. Then, through the rain and the lightning, they saw something moving across the water. At first, they were terrified. They could not understand what they were seeing. A figure was walking toward them on the sea. But then a calm voice came through the storm. "Take courage. It is I. Do not be afraid." It was Jesus. He was not shaken by the wind. He was not afraid of the waves. While the sea roared around him, he walked in peace. Peter looked at him and said, "Lord, if it is you, tell me to come to you on the water." And Jesus answered with one single word, "Come." So Peter stepped out of the boat. For a moment, faith was greater than fear. Peter stood on the water. He walked toward Jesus, surrounded by the impossible. But then he looked at the wind. He saw the waves. He felt the strength of the storm, and fear entered his heart. Peter began to sink. Desperate, he cried out, "Lord, save me!" Immediately, Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him. He did not wait. He did not turn away. He saved Peter in the middle of the storm. Then Jesus said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Together they returned to the boat, and the moment Jesus entered, the wind stopped. The waves became calm. The storm came to an end. The disciples looked at him in wonder. Their fear turned into worship, and they said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." That night, they learned something they would never forget. And today, we are not so different from Peter. We also take steps of faith. We also face storms we did not expect. Fear, doubt, pressure, anxiety, uncertainty about tomorrow. Sometimes we start looking more at the waves than at Jesus. But this story reminds us, even when our faith feels small, his hand remains strong. The storm may be loud, but Jesus is closer than the fear. Keep your eyes on him, because when Jesus is near, the storm does not have the final word.